Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at Keller Realty, and it is just gone past the end of April. The sun is shining, the sky is blue here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, but what we really care about is what happened to the market stats. So let's dig into it. Now, as you know, if you've been looking at the stats that we've been running for the last year and a half, 2 years, you know that we're going through a changing market, and April is showing to be a rapidly changing market. So when we look at the actual stats and we really dig into the detail here, we have $344,000 for the average price. That is up 5.7% on April last year and up 11% on last month. We are at 98% sale to list price, which has been gradually increasing since the start of the year. So that's getting a lot closer, list to sale price rather. We're at 62 days on market. That's down 30 days. So it was 96 days in December. So January, February, March and April, it's been a downward trend. We're at 62 days. That's 2 months on the market. We sold 565 homes. We have 1,832 on the market right now, which means we only have 3.2 months of inventory. Last April, 2018, it was 5.2. And we said then that 2018 was good. So this is giving you a clue of what's going on in 2019 right now. And I have done 5 multiple offers so far this year. Compare that to last year when I did 2 in the whole year. Compare that to the year before when I did none. So that's giving you an idea of what is really shaping up here in the Halifax market. And I cannot stress enough that the time that we used to have to be able to look at a lot of different properties, make a decision, write an offer, negotiate it, get a good deal and everything else, that has gone. We'll do another video all about this because you really have to, from a buying point of view, you've really got to decide quickly if it's the house you like and if it's that time to write the offer and get the offer in. Because so far I think I've done 4 or 5 video tours of houses, and whilst we were deciding if we wanted to write an offer had come in and hadn't been accepted. One of the ones was a multiple offer situation as well. So I cannot stress enough that there isn't the time that we are all used to having here in Halifax and the area around it. It's not just downtown Halifax, it's everywhere right now. And good properties coming on with good prices, and they are going quick. So buyers, you've got to sharpen your pencils. You've got to make sure you're pre-approved. You've got to be able to look at the house, decide if you want it, and sit there and then and write the offer. And there isn't this like $25,000, $30,000 lower than asking price anymore, not from the stats I'm seeing, especially in multiples. So let's look at some of the hotter markets that we've got here. So number one market was actually the Fairmount Clayton Park market with 45 homes sold, $400,000 average price, 67 days on market. Now, there is definitely new builds in that area that are really starting to ramp up. So if you look at Starboard, Cutter and Fleetview, those were the ones that were actually selling the majority of the houses in that area. So they only have 3 months of inventory on the market as well. We look at number 2, back in Sackville, where I'm hanging out right now, waiting for another little viewing to be done. Sackville has actually got a higher average price point now. We're at $270,000, 98.5% sale to list price, 46 days on market, 44 homes sold, 2.4 months of inventory. So moving quick. Number 3, we're actually now into Dartmouth and Eastern Passage with 41 homes sold, 1.3 months of inventory, 34 days on market, $205,000 average price, which tells me it's more of an Eastern Passage market than it is probably a Dartmouth market right now. Then we look at number 4, we're down to Spryfield. Number 5, we're in Bedford, and Bedford always used to be the top 3. They're down at number 5 now because these other markets are taking over and they're selling quick. So when we start looking as well at some of the higher price markets, like I always wanted to see what's going on in Fall River where I live. Fall River has actually got 22 homes sold, 6.3 months of inventory. Average price point there though, we're at $377,000, but it really changes so quickly up in that area. Kingswood, Hammonds Plains area, they have got 4 months of inventory, 40 days on market, $368,000 average price. Now, the big thing here as well, I looked at that average price because I wanted to see what was going on. Halifax South had 16 house sales, and 6 of those houses were at $900,000 or above. So I think there's a little bit of that South End and a little bit of maybe what's going on in Rockingham, Clayton Park that's actually pulling up the average price. But the numbers are the numbers. We can't change them. It is what it is. So as I said, buyers, you really have to be quick. We don't have the time now to kind of spend a little bit of effort and actually take our time looking at things. It's almost like if the price feels good, don't go much below that price, because if you're in multiple offers, price counts, you're not going to win. So if you have any questions, details are all coming up below. You can subscribe and all sorts of stuff up here. But in the meantime, get in touch. Let's see how we can help you, because it's a changing market and it's moving quick.